On February 5, 2026, leaders from around the world gathered in A Coruña, Spain, for the third International Summit on Responsible AI in the Military Domain, REAIM. The urgency was palpable. AI's rapid advance has brought humanity to a crossroads, especially in warfare. The summit's mission was clear: create a framework for responsible military AI, keeping human control and ethics at the forefront. In recent years, AI has moved from theory to reality, now integrated into military systems by major powers. The discussions weren't just about rules, they were about the future of conflict and global stability. Could nations set guardrails before technology outpaces our control, risking catastrophe? Previous summits in The Hague and Seoul laid the groundwork, but this meeting aimed for concrete, if non-binding, commitments. The hope that agreed principles would shape a safer future. Yet, deep divisions emerged. The US and China's refusal to sign the final declaration underscored the immense challenge of global cooperation on military AI. Their abstention sent a powerful message about the difficulty of balancing national security with collective responsibility. The summit's outcome revealed just how hard it is to build trust in an era of technological rivalry. Central to the REAIM summit was a joint declaration on military AI, a political commitment, not a binding treaty. The declaration outlined 20 principles for responsible AI development, deployment, and use in the military. Its goal: ensure human accountability and control, even as systems become more autonomous. The document balanced military benefits with the need to mitigate risks. Unlike earlier blueprints, this declaration called for specific policies and practices. Drafters hoped a critical mass of signatories would set a global standard, pressuring others to follow. But the declaration's specificity proved divisive, especially for nations wary of constraints on innovation. For countries in a technological race, even non-binding commitments can feel like a strategic risk. The declaration became a test of whether global safety could outweigh national ambition. In the end, it exposed the tension between collective security and the pursuit of power. The declaration's core theme: meaningful human control over AI weapons. It affirmed that humans must always be accountable for AI-powered military decisions. Clear chains of command and robust oversight were emphasized to prevent unintended escalation. Transparency was encouraged, sharing information about oversight to build trust, while respecting national security. Rigorous risk assessments and testing were mandated to ensure safety and reliability. Comprehensive training for personnel was required, so operators understand both the capabilities and limits of AI. These principles aim to prevent tragic mistakes and foster international confidence. The declaration's message: technology must serve humanity, not replace its judgment. The call to sign the declaration revealed a divided world. Of 85 attending countries, only 35 signed, mostly Western democracies and allies. Major powers like Canada, Germany, France, and the UK led the way, joined by nations like South Korea and Ukraine. The US and China's absence was the summit's defining moment, signaling that great power competition trumps new norms. 50 nations declined to sign, reflecting widespread hesitation and strategic caution. This reluctance spanned regions and political blocs, showing global uncertainty about military AI's future. Many waited to see what the major powers would do. Others kept options open for their own development. The result: a patchwork of commitments, with the world's most powerful militaries on the sidelines. The summit highlighted just how hard it is to forge consensus on emerging technologies. The push to regulate military AI stems from deep concerns. Technology is advancing faster than regulations, raising fears of deploying systems we can't fully control. Unintended escalation is a real risk. Autonomous systems could misinterpret events, triggering conflict in seconds. The black box problem means even creators may not understand AI decisions, complicating accountability. Mistakes could violate international law, with no clear way to assign blame. The ethical dilemma is stark. Should machines make life and death decisions? The specter of killer robots haunts policymakers, fueling calls for strict oversight. Without clear answers, the world faces a dangerous gap between innovation and responsibility. The U.S. decision not to sign the declaration was strategic, not a rejection of responsible AI. Officially, the U.S. supported the principles, but balked at specific commitments. The main reason: competition with China and Russia, and fear of self-imposed limits rivals might ignore. Pentagon officials worry that even non-binding agreements could handicap U.S. military advantage. Strained transatlantic relations also played a role, with the U.S. wary of European-led initiatives. America prefers to set its own standards or work through smaller alliances. By staying out, the U.S. keeps its options open, maintaining flexibility in a fast-changing landscape. Publicly, it still endorses responsible AI, seeking to reassure allies. This strategic ambiguity reflects the tension between global norms and national security. The U.S. wants to lead in AI, but not at the cost of its military edge. The result: a balancing act that leaves the door open for future engagement, but no firm commitments. China's refusal to sign was expected, but significant. Like the U.S., China is racing to lead in AI, making it central to its military modernization. Beijing sees any limits as a threat to its ambition for parity or superiority over the U.S. China views international agreements as attempts to constrain its rise and prefers to keep its programs opaque. Public statements about AI for good contrast with massive investments in military AI and surveillance. By abstaining, China signals it will pursue AI advancement on its own terms, unconstrained by global pressure. Experts liken the summit's outcome to a global prisoner's dilemma. Both the U.S. and China would benefit from strong regulations, but neither will act first for fear of falling behind. This dynamic drives the AI arms race. Each side's rational choice leads to greater collective danger. The failure to reach consensus in A Coruña is a direct result of this mistrust. Moving from broad statements to concrete policies made many nations uncomfortable. It's easy to agree on aspirations, much harder to commit to action, even non-binding. Details matter, especially when military advantage is at stake. The summit's ambition may have outpaced what nations were ready to accept. Building international norms is slow and incremental. Rushing risks backlash. The reluctance to sign isn't a rejection of responsible AI, but a sign the world is still grappling with this new reality. The U.S. and China's refusal to sign marks a turning point for military AI. Without consensus, the AI arms race will accelerate, driven by secrecy and suspicion. The world may split into regulatory blocs, one led by the 35 signatories, another by nations prioritizing strategic advantage. The U.S. faces a dilemma: uphold democratic values or keep pace with rivals. This fragmentation creates a dangerous, unpredictable security environment. Dual-use AI technologies will heighten tensions and proliferation risks. Future battlefields could see multiple actors using AI with vastly different rules, increasing the risk of catastrophic mistakes. Still, the 35 signatories have laid a foundation for future regulation. The challenge is to broaden this coalition and engage the major powers, perhaps starting with narrow, high-stakes issues. The stakes are too high to abandon the effort. Humanity must remain in control of its most powerful technologies.